Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Joining me now is my Forbes colleague, staff writer Zach Everson. Zach, thanks for coming on once again.
Always a pleasure.
Donald Trump, as we know, is not putting his own money into campaigning for president, but you're reporting that money from small dollar donors turns into revenue for Trump. How exactly is this happening?
You know, he's been doing this since he first started running back in the 2016 campaign, where what happens is supporters donate to his campaign. His campaign then spends money at one of his hotels, resorts, clubs, all sorts of options there. You're buying his books, and it's not just his campaign, but it's also PACs that are aligned with him. And when they do that, they pay money to his businesses. So it's a way the money kind of flows that way from the donors through the campaign to the Trump organization.
And is this legal?
It depends. It really depends on how he's spending it. He's gotten in the problems before with the presidential inaugural committee that was found to the Washington D.C. Attorney General investigated whether it had overpaid money to book rooms at the Trump Hotel in D.C. And I believe they reached a settlement there, if I remember correctly. So it has gotten into some problem, but no, I mean, I think by and large, it's, if they're providing a service, they're getting hotel rooms. I think it would be a problem if they were getting, if they were booking hotel rooms and not using them, but there's no evidence this has happened. But it has proved to be a solid revenue stream. And that he's had the government do that as well throughout when he was in president. And as we're reporting here, looks to be continuing to make some money off the government.
And the story that we're talking about involves the Secret Service. Tell us about that.
So the agency has paid the Trump campaign a little bit over $800,000 for airfare so far for this election cycle. So we're not talking about the previous two campaigns, and it owes the Trump campaign another $361,000. And this is all per documentation that the Trump campaign itself has filed with the Federal Election Commission. So you can just look this up on their website. Go to look up Trump campaign expenditures or disbursements or receipts rather, and you can see that the Secret Service has paid this money. Now, Trump's campaign has in turn paid TAG Air, which is Donald Trump's company that manages his airplanes, another $4.2 million. So we don't know directly if, the 817 the Secret Service has paid, if that's gone to TAG Air, but we certainly have seen, the Secret Service has paid the campaign and the campaign has paid the Trump business.
And the Secret Service has paid or needs to pay the campaign, you're saying over $1 million just in this election cycle alone. So
exactly. And we still have several months to go.
What's the precedence here? Has the Secret Service shelled out money for other campaigns in the past?
Yeah, looking back through Federal Election Commission records, saw it as early as 2004 with then Senator John Kerry's campaign. There have been several other campaigns that it's paid, but none have taken this much money. All told, Trump's three presidential campaigns have received about $10.1 million from the Secret Service in payments for airfare reimbursements.
You're reporting some interesting findings from the General Accounting Office report from 2016. Talk about those.
So there was a problem. The Congress looked into this after 2016 in that there were reports that the Secret Service had been overcharged for airfare. Not exactly, it wasn't determined if this was intentional or not, but that there were 4 campaigns that received Secret Service protection during that campaign: Trump, Hillary, Bernie Sanders, and Ben Carson, and that the Trump campaign had submitted invoices without enough information to accurately determine if they were correct. They had double billed them a few times. And that some of the information was just inaccurate. The Secret Service paid all of the invoices. It did not reach back out to the Trump campaign and ask for corrected information at all. So, not the Trump campaign's fault by any stretch, though it probably should have made sure its billing was correct and not duplicated. But the Secret Service there was not doing a good job of confirming it was paying the correct amounts. And the way what it's paying is the Secret Service is allowed to reimburse campaigns for airfare. The guidance is that they can use their own discretion in determining a price, but it should be about what the cost of first-class airfare is, but there's no way to really determine that right now. And the difference between Trump and those other campaigns is that he owns his own airplanes.
You touched on this earlier, but I want you to expand on it now. Democrats back in 2022 on the House Oversight Committee accused the Trump organization of charging the Secret Service excessive rates when it comes to their hotel rooms. What happened there?
Yeah, so Eric Trump famously told Yahoo Finance that when his father stays at one of their properties as president, they do it for free or just at cost. They're not making any money, and that's crap. There was no shortage of the evidence out there and receipts that came out through FOIA that the Trump organization was often charging as much as it possibly could based on government rates. And in this case, the Secret Service doesn't necessarily have to pay government rates because it pays what it needs to protect the president. And there was all sorts of evidence there that the Democrats provided showing that the Trump organization had charged the Secret Service rates that were well above what the market was.
Has the Secret Service at all responded to your story?
So I reached out to them on Friday afternoon, and they said that they are reviewing invoices. They pay them in a timely manner, but they couldn't get into any specifics, understandably so. I reached out to them on a Friday afternoon of a holiday weekend, in which case the guy, the spokesperson was like, yeah, I think you're not going to be able to get a good response. So I am following up with them to see if we can get some more detailed information on that. But right now, best we have is that they claim that they're processing them correctly.
And what about Trump's team? Any response from them?
No, the Trump campaign did not respond, which is pretty standard for them when reporting on this kind of stuff.
Zach Everson, thanks for your reporting.
Thanks for having me on, Brittany.